First of all, congratulations on this record. I've been following you from day one, and this may wind up being one of my favorites.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good to hear.
That's really exciting because I'm a jaded old queen, and truth, right?
Okay, yeah,
Truth.
okay, if you say so.
Trust me on this one. And listening to these songs, I went from kind of slouching in my chair to sitting up. Very erect, kind of going, oh my God, oh my God. So the first thing I'm wondering is, what did you want to say with this record? There feels like there are a few very distinct messages, but I want to ask you where you were coming from before I start to interpret.
Well, I had just finished making a film which used a very different creative capacity and which is a very fulfilling experience, but at the same time extremely draining, and that you live mostly in your head as a director, and you have all kinds of ideas, which one does when they're writing songs or putting a show together, but you don't get to actually physically act them out in any way. And writing a song or singing a song or performing a song is so visceral in comparison. So I felt that after several years of writing a script and then putting it together and casting and location scouting and then actually filming, and then the boring, sort of tedious job of sitting in a dark edit suite with my trusty editor, Danny Tull, and putting the movie together, and then having the endless comments from the endless distributors, having endless screenings, and not ever having that gratification that you feel when you write a song and you hear it in the room and you see the effect that it has on people, or you sing a song in front of an audience and you get an immediately charged response. Or no response, but you understand whether you're connecting to people or not. Whereas with movies, everything's in your head, and you don't get any reaction, and often till years later. So for me, where I was coming from mostly was I felt like a caged animal. While I enjoyed the expression of filmmaking, and I'm really proud of my film, I felt like I really wanted to get back to the basics of chugging my guitar and the simplicity of raw emotions, and just even when I was writing a song and playing it on the guitar, singing like I'm a Sinner, for instance, it just felt so good to play a guitar and sing. I feel like I hadn't done it in years. And when I was doing the vocal for Gang Bang, it was totally like improvised vocal, and I just did it. I was standing in a room. I felt like I had to just scream. I felt like I had to kind of let myself become possessed by this Russ Meyer's, Quentin Tarantino character, all very tongue-in-cheek, but I just went off. I mean, obviously, I had to get some things off my chest. So for me, where I was coming from was mostly like an animal getting let out of their cage and wanting to express all kinds of emotions, not just one, really all the stuff that life is made out of. So I hope I answered that question.
It must have felt really good to go back to not so much a comfort zone, but a place of complete control. Because I think there's this misnomer about directing a film where you are, film is a director's medium, except it's really kind of.
No, you're utterly It's a total collaboration.
It's a producer's medium, if anything.
Well, if an actor comes to the set that day and they're not in a good mood, you spend all your time holding their hand and trying to coax a good performance out of them. Right. Or your production designer goes down with a migraine and you have to decorate the set yourself. I mean, you're actually out of control all day long, every day, for as long as the shoot goes.
And so making music kind of puts you right back in the zone where a person who likes to be in charge of her destiny feels good.
I hate to use the word control so much because people bandy that word about with me when it comes to my creative life. And, everyone's like, you're a control freak and, you like to be in control. The thing is, everything I do, even my songwriting, I'm collaborating at all times. And I value input from people, and I want it. I can't work on my own. I'm not Prince. Or like a lot of artists who can go in and play every instrument and record a track and not hear from people. I need to hear what people think all the time. But I like to have my road dog, my sidekick, it's a clear delineation of who my collaborator is. And I like the simplicity of songwriting because in the end it is simple. You have a melody, you have some words, and you sing. And that hopefully is coming from your heart. A million different emotions, but let's just say it's more direct.
I gotcha.
It's collaborative. I'm not totally in charge, but it's more direct and it's more simplistic.